Welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving deep into the chilling and gruesome tale of Robert Hansen, the Alaskan serial killer known as the Butcher Baker. Hansen's reign of terror spanned over a decade, during which he abducted, raped, and murdered at least 17 women. His horrifying modus operandi involved hunting his victims like animals in the Alaskan wilderness. This is a story of unimaginable horror and a glimpse into the mind of a monster. So sit back, hit that subscribe button, and let's unravel the dark story of Robert Hansen. Hansen was born on February 15, 1939, in Estherville, Iowa. His early life was far from idyllic. Hansen was a shy, awkward boy with a pronounced stutter and severe acne, which led to relentless bullying from his peers. His relationship with his overbearing father was strained, further fueling his feelings of inadequacy and rage. In his teens, Hansen developed a fascination with hunting, a skill he honed meticulously. He found solace in the Alaskan wilderness, where he could escape his troubled home life and the taunts of his classmates. But this seemingly harmless hobby would later become a horrifying outlet for his darkest fantasies. Fast forward to 1967, Hansen moved to Anchorage, Alaska, seeking a fresh start. He married and had 2 children, opening a successful bakery that earned him the nickname Baker Bob. To the outside world, Hansen appeared to be a hardworking family man, but beneath this facade lay a sadistic predator. Hansen's criminal activities began with petty theft and arson, landing him in trouble with the law multiple times. However, his escalating violence remained undetected until the early 1970s. It was then that he started targeting young women, most of whom were dancers or sex workers. Hansen would abduct these women, subject them to unspeakable acts of sexual violence, and then fly them in his private plane to the remote Alaskan wilderness. Once in the wilderness, Hansen would release his victims, giving them a fleeting sense of hope before he began his sadistic hunt. Armed with a hunting rifle and a knife, he would track these terrified women through the dense forest, deriving twisted pleasure from their fear and desperation. The women had no chance of escape. Hansen was an expert hunter, and he knew the terrain intimately. The terror these women must have felt is beyond comprehension. Imagine being in the middle of nowhere, knowing that a skilled hunter is stalking you, your every step echoing in the silent, cold wilderness. For Hansen, this was the ultimate thrill, a perverse game of cat and mouse where he always emerged victorious. Hansen's reign of terror continued unchecked for over a decade. The Alaskan wilderness, with its vast, uninhabited expanses, provided the perfect cover for his heinous crimes. Many of his victims were never reported missing, their disappearances overlooked due to their transient lifestyles. But in 1983, Hansen's luck finally ran out. In June of 1983, 17-year-old Cindy Paulson escaped from Hansen's clutches and ran barefoot and handcuffed to safety. Her harrowing account provided the breakthrough that the Anchorage Police Department needed. Paulson described how Hansen had abducted her, taken her to his home, and brutally assaulted her before she managed to escape. Her detailed description of Hansen's home and his plane matched perfectly with the profile investigators were building. Despite Paulson's testimony, Hansen vehemently denied any involvement. But the evidence was mounting. Investigators obtained a search warrant for Hansen's property, where they uncovered a treasure trove of incriminating evidence. Among the items found were a collection of firearms, including the same model used in the killings, and a map with X's marking various locations in the Alaskan wilderness. These X's, investigators would later discover, marked the burial sites of his victims. Hansen's trial began in 1984. Faced with overwhelming evidence, he eventually confessed to the murders, providing chilling details of his crimes. He admitted to killing at least 17 women, but authorities believe the actual number could be much higher. Hansen's cold, matter-of-fact recounting of his atrocities shocked the court and the nation. Robert Hansen was sentenced to 461 years plus life in prison, without the possibility of parole. He died in prison on August 21, 2014, but the scars he left on his victims, their families, and the community of Anchorage remain. The story of Robert Hansen is a stark reminder of the darkness that can lurk behind the most ordinary facades. It's a tale of unimaginable cruelty, of innocent lives taken too soon, and of a community forever changed by the actions of one man. While justice was ultimately served, the pain and loss endured by the victims and their families can never be undone. As we reflect on this horrifying chapter in history, let us remember the victims, the women who never came home, whose lives were cut short by a man who found pleasure in their suffering. Their stories deserve to be told, their memories honored. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Stay safe, and we'll see you in the next video.